If you're over 60 and you're still only drinking plain water to stay hydrated, we need to talk. Because while water is essential, your body after 60 doesn't absorb, retain, and utilize fluids the same way it did at 30. What if I told you that the very first thing you drink in the morning after 60 could determine how your heart beats, how your brain thinks, and how strong your muscles feel for the rest of the day? And most people are getting it completely wrong. You wake up, you walk to the kitchen, you pour a glass of plain water, and you believe you're doing something healthy. But here's the truth that almost no one talks about. After the age of 60, your body does not absorb and retain water the same way it did when you were 30. Total body water declines with age, muscle mass shrinks, kidney efficiency decreases, and your natural thirst signal becomes weaker. That means by the time you actually feel thirsty, you may already be mildly dehydrated. And mild dehydration in older adults has been linked in research to fatigue, dizziness, confusion, falls, and even increased hospitalizations. Now here's where it gets serious. When you drink plain water alone, especially first thing in the morning, you dilute the sodium concentration in your bloodstream. Sodium is not the enemy you've been taught to fear. Sodium is essential for nerve transmission, muscle contraction, and maintaining blood volume. Without adequate sodium balance, water does not stay where it's supposed to stay. It can move too quickly through your system, increasing urination without truly hydrating your cells. That means you can drink glass after glass and still feel tired, foggy, and weak. There's a reason hospitals use oral rehydration solutions that contain both water and sodium. The science is clear. The small intestine absorbs water more efficiently when sodium and glucose are present. This process is driven by something called the sodium-glucose cotransporter, a mechanism that literally pulls water into your bloodstream more effectively when sodium is involved. In other words, a tiny pinch of mineral-rich sea salt can transform water from a passive liquid into an active hydration tool. And after 60, this becomes even more critical. Aging kidneys are less responsive to fluid shifts. Hormonal changes affect how your body regulates sodium and water balance. Studies have shown that older adults are at higher risk of both dehydration and hyponatremia, a dangerous condition where sodium levels drop too low. Symptoms can include headaches, confusion, nausea, and in severe cases, seizures. And it can happen simply from drinking too much plain water without electrolytes. Now imagine starting your day not with dilution, but with strategic hydration. A glass of room temperature water, the juice of half a fresh lemon, a small pinch of sea salt. That's it. 3 simple ingredients. But physiologically, this combination can change how your body wakes up. Let's talk about the lemon. Lemon is not just about taste. It provides vitamin C, a nutrient that becomes increasingly important as we age. Vitamin C supports collagen production, and collagen is the structural protein that keeps your skin resilient, your joints cushioned, and your blood vessels flexible. After 60, natural collagen production declines significantly. Supporting it nutritionally matters. Lemon also stimulates saliva and digestive enzyme production, gently waking up your gastrointestinal system after a night of fasting. That means better digestion, better nutrient absorption, and less bloating. But here's what most people don't realize. Overnight, your body loses water through breathing and sweating. Even in a cool room, you wake up in a mildly dehydrated state. Your blood is slightly thicker. Your cortisol levels are naturally higher in the morning. Your cardiovascular system is transitioning from rest to activity. Studies show that heart attacks and strokes are statistically more common in the early morning hours. Hydration status plays a role in blood viscosity and vascular function. Starting your day with proper electrolyte-supported hydration may help your circulatory system adapt more smoothly to that morning transition. And then there's muscle. After 60, sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, accelerates. Muscle tissue is approximately 75% water. When muscle mass declines, your body's hydration reservoir shrinks. That means every drop of water you consume matters more. Sodium helps maintain the fluid balance inside and outside of muscle cells, allowing proper contraction and preventing cramps and weakness. If you've ever stood up too quickly and felt lightheaded, that could be related to blood pressure regulation and fluid balance. Proper sodium intake in appropriate amounts supports stable circulation. This is not about dumping salt into your diet recklessly. This is about a controlled strategic pinch, especially if you do not have a medical condition requiring sodium restriction. Always consult your physician if you have hypertension or heart disease. But for many healthy adults over 60, fear of salt has gone too far, leading to unintended electrolyte imbalances. Now think about energy. Chronic low-level dehydration has been shown in research to impair cognitive performance, attention, and mood. Even a 1 to 2% reduction in body water can affect mental clarity. Many older adults describe brain fog as if it's an unavoidable part of aging, but sometimes it's simply inefficient hydration. When your brain receives adequate blood flow and electrolyte balance, neurotransmission functions more smoothly. That morning glass becomes not just hydration, but neurological support. And let's talk about digestion again. Adequate sodium levels help maintain stomach acid production. As we age, stomach acid levels can decline, impairing protein digestion and mineral absorption. A gentle morning hydration ritual with lemon and a pinch of salt may help prime digestive processes before breakfast even begins. That sets the tone for better nutrient utilization throughout the day. The beauty of this strategy is its simplicity. No expensive supplements, no complicated protocol, just physiology working in your favor. 1 glass, half a lemon, a small pinch of sea salt. Drink it slowly. Let your body absorb it. Give your cells what they actually need, not just what you've been told is healthy. Because after 60, health is no longer about doing more. It's about doing smarter. It's about understanding that your biology has changed and your habits must evolve with it. Plain water keeps you alive. Strategic hydration helps you stay sharp, steady, and strong. Tomorrow morning, when you walk into your kitchen, pause before you pour that plain glass. Remember that your heart, your brain, your muscles are listening to what you give them. And in that quiet moment, when the world is still waking up, you have the power to start your day not with habit, but with intention. There is a quiet ritual that has been performed for centuries. Steam rising from a small cup, hands wrapped around warmth, a pause before the first sip. And in that moment, something extraordinary begins to happen inside the human body. This is not hype. This is not marketing. This is green tea. And after the age of 60, it may be one of the most powerful, underestimated tools you can use to protect your heart, your brain, and your longevity. In regions known for exceptional lifespan, including parts of Japan, green tea is not a trend. It is tradition. It is daily. It is cultural. And science has spent decades trying to understand why populations with regular green tea intake show lower rates of cardiovascular disease and longer health spans compared to many Western nations. The answer lies deep inside the chemistry of a single leaf. Green tea is rich in compounds called catechins, and the most studied of them all is EGCG, epigallocatechin galate. In laboratory and human studies, EGCG has demonstrated powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. But those words are often overused, so let's make this real. Oxidative stress is one of the driving forces behind aging. It damages DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. It accelerates arterial stiffening. It contributes to cognitive decline. After 60, your body's natural antioxidant defenses decline, and cumulative damage becomes more visible. In your arteries, in your joints, in your memory. EGCG acts as a scavenger, neutralizing free radicals before they cause further harm. But it doesn't stop there. Research published in major cardiovascular journals has shown that green tea consumption is associated with improved endothelial function. The endothelium is the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. When it becomes stiff or inflamed, blood pressure rises, arteries harden, and the risk of heart attack increases. After 60, endothelial dysfunction becomes more common. Green tea catechins have been shown to enhance nitric oxide production, helping blood vessels relax and expand. That means smoother blood flow. That means less strain on the heart. That means protection where it matters most. And here is something even more compelling. Large population studies have observed that individuals who drink multiple cups of green tea daily have lower rates of cardiovascular mortality. While no single drink is a magic shield, the association is powerful enough that researchers continue to investigate it as a genuine longevity factor. Now let's talk about your brain, because aging is not just about the heart. It is about clarity. It is about memory. It is about remaining sharp in conversations, in decisions, in life. Green tea contains L-theanine, an amino acid that crosses the blood-brain barrier and influences neurotransmitters. L-theanine promotes alpha brainwave activity, the same pattern associated with calm focus and meditative awareness. Unlike coffee, which can spike cortisol and create jittery stimulation, green tea delivers a balanced effect. The combination of modest caffeine and L-theanine produces alertness without agitation. Studies have shown improvements in attention, working memory, and reaction time with this pairing. And this matters after 60 because cognitive resilience becomes increasingly important. Mild cognitive impairment and memory decline affect millions of older adults worldwide. Chronic inflammation and oxidative stress are major contributors to neurodegeneration. The polyphenols in green tea have been studied for their neuroprotective properties, with research suggesting they may help reduce the accumulation of beta-amyloid plaques, one of the hallmarks associated with Alzheimer's disease. While no beverage can guarantee prevention, the biological mechanisms are compelling enough to demand attention. Now consider metabolism. Aging often brings slower metabolic rate, increased visceral fat, and insulin resistance. Green tea has been studied for its ability to enhance fat oxidation and improve metabolic flexibility. Catechins appear to influence enzymes involved in fat metabolism, and some trials show modest reductions in body fat with regular intake. But beyond weight, what truly matters is insulin sensitivity. Stable blood sugar supports energy, reduces inflammation, and protects vascular health. And then there is inflammation, the silent fire that burns brighter with age. Chronic low-grade inflammation is linked to arthritis, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even depression. Green tea polyphenols have demonstrated anti-inflammatory effects at the molecular level, influencing signaling pathways that regulate inflammatory cytokines. That means less internal wear and tear over time. But here is the key that most people miss. Preparation matters. Boiling water can degrade delicate catechins. Steeping green tea at slightly lower temperatures, around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, preserves its bioactive compounds. 2 to 3 minutes of steeping is often sufficient. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners. Adding excessive sweetness cancels metabolic benefits. Timing also matters. Drinking green tea in the mid-morning or early afternoon can provide cognitive lift without interfering with sleep. Sleep itself is one of the most powerful longevity tools, and protecting it becomes non-negotiable after 60. Because deep sleep supports memory consolidation, hormone balance, and cellular repair. And let's address caffeine fear. Green tea contains significantly less caffeine than coffee, typically around 25 to 40 milligrams per cup compared to 80 to 100 or more in coffee. For many older adults who experience palpitations or anxiety with coffee, green tea provides a gentler alternative. Now picture this. You wake up. You hydrate strategically. Later in the morning, you prepare a cup of green tea. Steam rises, you inhale. Before you even sip, you are participating in a ritual linked to centuries of tradition and decades of research. You are not chasing stimulation. You are cultivating resilience. What makes this powerful is not hype, it is consistency. The studies showing benefit involve habitual drinkers, daily intake, long-term patterns. Longevity is rarely built on dramatic extremes. It is built on small, repeatable actions that compound over years. After 60, your biology demands intention. Your arteries demand flexibility. Your neurons demand protection. Your metabolism demands stability. Green tea addresses each of these systems in subtle but meaningful ways. So the question becomes simple. Will you continue drinking beverages that spike and crash your energy, that flood your system with sugar, that add stress instead of resilience? Or will you choose a drink that has stood the test of time and the scrutiny of science? In that cup is more than liquid. It is circulation support. It is cognitive clarity. It is metabolic balance. It is a daily vote for longevity. And in a world filled with complicated solutions, sometimes the most powerful change begins with something as quiet as a leaf in hot water.